once again, as you can see, we have the bumper going on TY's Caprice Classic. We're doing this because it was metal work done to the frame as well as the quarters. So once you do metal work, as we already went over before, it can contort and twist a little bit because of the heat. So you want to fit everything to make sure everything lines up, it's nice. And in that process, the customer brought us the bumper. It was re-chromed. You can notice a couple imperfections in the chrome that's on it. You know, not to be a nitpicker, but everything matters when you're building cars on this level. You got to do it, you know, check it twice, cut once, you know, like when you have the expectations that the customers have for their vehicles here. So we're gonna get it right, we're gonna get everything lined up. And down here is a little lower. So now we gotta not only fix the damaged area of the quarter, we also have to make sure the gap is symmetrical with the left side. So things like that, you know, that's what we do here. Hours that go into the car beyond just the look of it, you know, the meat and potatoes of the build, so to speak. So, but you know, they brought us everything. They brought us the brackets, everything that we needed. So, like to do chrome the correct way before you actually get to the nickel or the chrome that goes on top, all of your dents inside the metal itself is filled with copper. Copper becomes your body color, so to speak. So a good quality shop is going to make sure everything is laser slick, just like we do here with paint body. We make sure everything is laser slick before you add the shiny stuff to it, because if not, the shiny stuff is going to show you the imperfections. You know, after that, the nickel and the chrome. So just some areas they didn't pay close attention to. When you see like a little, you know, color deviation here, you kind of see kind of like almost like a goldish color coming. There's not a lot of chrome that was applied to that area. They probably thought, you know, hey, it's gonna be a light fixture there. You know, we don't need to kind of put everything. I'm looking for detail. Like a car show is not looking for what's right. They're looking for the one or two things that's done incorrectly. So they're gonna see things like that, you know. And then on the inside, the prep and finish of it, it's still seeing a little bit of corrosion on the inside of the vehicle, or inside of the bumper. So it was just, you know, the details, probably the level of the shop that it went to, and it's no jab whatsoever at the customer. Like I was telling my guys, these customers have the same amount of money as other customers have that's going to the right shop. It's the know-how, it's the knowing the correct people to entrust this process of your car with is what's worth the big bucks. Because you could have somebody with all the money in the world and they go to the wrong shop and get the wrong level of work. You know, we do research here, we study. You know, we with all of this going on, we still go back and watch, you know, Kindig Design, some of the great pioneers of car builders, Chip Foose, you know, a lot of people, even Sandman Designs, you know, a lot of creative minds on Instagram, just simple as, and just to stay in touch with some of the latest and greatest techniques that are out, and companies, shops that offer, you know, stellar craftsmanship work, interior companies. Like, you have to do your due diligence. It's not just throwing a bag of money at a car. It's going to be a bag, but you don't want to spend twice. You know, like, you don't want to get it done once and then realize it's not correct, and now you got to go to the right shop, and then you're paying twice. So we try to do it one time the right way. We're not your cheapest shop, but I guarantee you it's going to be done one time the correct way.
The new kick with the donks is drag racing donks. You know, they had done it before, people were snapping wheels off, rear ends falling out of the cars because they didn't build the cars, but now they're starting to build them. They're starting to do the drag racing stuff. And the cars are turning some fast times. They're turning some serious money times. There's a lot of back bets going and a lot of money changing hands. And people building more horsepower, which we like because, you know, we build it. They want more horsepower, we'll build more horsepower. Don't matter to us. We make it happen. This is the old one here. This takes up the gap. It's inside. We got new ones coming. I'm not sure where they are at this point, but this goes in like so. Attaches in here, and that takes up the space in here. This is all going to be shaped out in compliance, nice, with a nice gap. we get that all done, we'll have nice gaps here and here. But considering we didn't have a bumper on it yesterday, I think we've gotten some pretty good distance on it today. If this side's got a nice clean line up here. So it'll have the same style filler as that side. Be able to make all the contours, match everything up, make sure the gaps are nice and uniform here. And the car will be progressing at a steady clip. It's going to go down and get the motor fit into it pretty soon, from what I understand. So 2,000 plus horsepower. It's got the drivetrain in the back for it. Transmission's supposed to be built for it. The motor's supposed to be built for the hills. The one bare thing, it's the new thing, is the Donk Dragsters. I've been reading up on it, and it's the new way to doing donks, and there's some pretty competitive cars out there. So this would be one to keep your eye on. This bad boy gonna scream. People ain't gonna expect that out of this car. This car will actually turn. This car will take off and launch like a stealth. It'll just, it'll go. It's set up for it. It's gonna be deceptive. Yeah, but it's going to be, guy driving it's going to be proud bastard. He's going to be able to kick some numbers with this thing. Like, okay, smart ass, I'll bet you $1,000 I'll get you the next light. Guy think he got a 350 LT1 in there, not 2,000 horsepower twin turbo gangster motor in there, supposedly 2,000 plus. And then he might burp some nitrous on there too, so it could be more. It's going to be an interesting car. Transmission, I hope he's got something lined up in there that's going to take the abuse. There's plenty of trainings out there, but they can't handle, 1,500, 2,000, 2,600 horsepower.